Hello, today is November 19th, 2025, and the top cryptocurrency news is as follows. We're going to start our episode today with El Salvador, which may have bought $100 million in Bitcoin, and I'll explain why in a moment. Basically, this article was written based on a tweet made by Mr. Bukele, the president of El Salvador, who said, wow, in a tweet from El Salvador's Bitcoin office that he bought more than 1,000 BTC, while El Salvador usually buys 1 BTC a day. So based on that, El Salvador probably bought $100 million in Bitcoin. The problem is that, as we know from CRYPTONEWS, the International Monetary Fund has told El Salvador that if it wants to give them $1.4 billion, it will restrict Bitcoin purchases, something El Salvador will probably not do. Continuing, we will refer to the Ministry of Finance that says that banks can hold cryptocurrencies. Specifically, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency confirmed in a statement that large banks are also allowed to hold cryptocurrencies in their accounts in order to pay for blockchain networks. So, as we say, banks are allowed to use blockchain among other things for permitted banking activities. National banks are also allowed to hold and use digital assets to control platforms related to cryptocurrencies, as the regulatory authority reported. So what is important is that most banks are officially in cryptocurrencies. Moving on to our latest news for today regarding our countries, we will refer to Japan, which plans to reduce the tax on cryptocurrencies from 55%, that is, it was telling us no, I don't want cryptocurrencies, to 20% by 2026. So it's like they are now telling you, come slowly. So we expect to see more money from Japan entering our ecosystem when that happens. Moving on to our ETFs, with full data from November 18th, BlackRock is the only one that had outflows of $523 million, bringing the day down to $372 million in outflows. While for Ethereum ETFs, it's exactly the same picture. BlackRock is the only one that had $165 million in outflows, bringing the day down to negative $74 million in dividends. And as for the Solana ETF, Fidelity didn't make much of a move, and its first inflow was $1.8 million. So there's less interest in the Solana ETF compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, as you can see. Moving on to our other news, we'll touch on something you may have noticed yesterday, and that's Cloudflare, which is a company that's responsible for providing network services to startups and platforms all over the internet. The very basic service that this company provides that directly impacts our users is that a lot of front ends, we call the front end what you see in front of you on the page, are hosted on their platform. So yesterday it crashed, causing a lot of websites like Extruth, Social, Coinbase, Blockchain.com, Ledger, BitMEX, DeFi Llama, Tonecoin, and many others to be down. That's why there's a lot of talk in the crypto world about decentralization, because in a decentralized system, that never happens. Whereas in a centralized system, we see these things all the time as the years go by, and maybe these things will increase as the network load increases. Moving on, we'll go to Kraken, which as we learned raised $800 million, with the company being valued at $20 billion, and there's more and more rumors that it's looking to go public little by little. Moving on, we'll go to another company, Forward Industries, which is a company that's been buying Solana all the time. First of all, some people are worried that it might start selling, let's say, based on ARK Intelligence, which you can check. This company 2 days ago transferred $139 million from Solana it holds to Coinbase Prime, and on the same day transferred another $61 million from Solana it holds to Coinbase, and the next day transferred another $58 million to Coinbase. However, from Coinbase Prime, where it sent Solana, it got back $12 million and $9 million. So it's doing a stable exchange from Coinbase wallets and vice versa. However, there are many rumors that worry that he may sell and profit from his investments. And moving on to our cryptocurrencies, will go to Polygon, which is used by Mastercard. Mastercard is expanding its crypto credential program to self-custodial wallets, allowing users to send and receive cryptocurrencies using verified username-like aliases instead of long wallet addresses. Polygon will be the first blockchain to support the development, while payments company Mercurio will handle identity verification and issue the aliases to users, according to a press release shared. So like Visa, MasterCard is playing more with the blockchain. And for the latest news of the day, we'll head to Paxos, which was introduced to us by USDG Zero. Paxos Labs has launched USDG Zero, an omni-chain extension of the regulated stablecoin USDG, offering fully supported USD liquidity on Hyperliquid, Plume, and Aptos via Layer Zero's OFT. And we're here to take a look at our favorite crypto market at $90,000. You can see that the price has been very weak in recent days. That wraps up the top news for crypto today, November 19th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care everyone and have a good day.